Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Cast and Crew podcast. We just want to first take a moment to thank everybody for all the support they've been showing us. We've had a lot of following, a lot of support. A lot of people have been reaching out. Hey, what's that fourth episode? Well, here it
Right.
is. So today we're going to be talking about the Future album. We want to hit up J. Cole, Middle Child, and then just talk a little bit about Tekashi 6ix9ine and just kind of go with the flow. So first, an album that started off the year, Future The Wizrd. A great piece of work, something that I know a lot of people were kind of, they didn't know if it was going to come out at the end of the year, at the beginning of the year. Future prepped it, dropped it, and I liked it, man. I liked it a lot, but, you know, Mr. Archer, Mr. Omari,
Facts, facts.
let me
Mr.
know.
Consider yourself himself.
Yes,
Uh,
lucky.
bro, yes sir. That album. I mean, bro, you know what you're getting with Future. I mean, it's kind of not a surprise anymore. You know, you're gonna get some music you could ride to in the
Right,
whip.
right.
You know, you're gonna get some club bangers. You know, and you're gonna get some a little bit of that sentimental stuff, that vibe too. So
Mm-hmm.
I overall I like the album a lot, man. I liked it. And I could play it through. Like I feel like that's my grading for like an album. If I could play it through and
Right,
not really skip around and stuff, then
right, right.
it gets an A plus in my book. But hell yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think a lot of people know what they're getting when it comes to the future. I really like the way he plans things out. You know, he's been said to be one of the hardest working guys in the industry, and everything he drops speaks nothing but facts. I really like what he's doing up in Atlanta, man. He's just pushing those producers to the limit. He's pushing, the sound and just his whole overall agenda. He's definitely delivering every single time. I will say this though. I like the album for what it is. Album is great. But I feel like a lot of the records, and this is just my opinion,
right,
kind of start feeling similar. And I think that's something that we kind of get from Future.
right,
That sound, it's almost like the Migos. It's not anything bad towards anybody. I'm not criticizing anything in any way. I am just giving my expression of a lot of it does sound like it's who they are, and you don't expect anything other than that sort of sound.
right.
Um, and one of my favorite records was Never Stop. I love that entrance into the album.
Yeah,
Was very downtone, very
yeah,
future calm, and I like the things that he brought up in that record, man. For
definitely
real.
did. That like you were saying, and I'm just deter from you, I guess, with the sounding the same. I mean, a lot of people, say it sounds the same. You know, it's the kind of
Hmm.
same vibe and everything. But
Yes.
for me, from my perspective, definitely if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Oh,
Like
absolutely.
so, I mean, it's heat.
It is.
Regardless, like
Mm-hmm.
he brings that energy that I like. You know, like you could just bump some Future and then life will be fucking all right and shit. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Absolutely.
but but definitely, I could see where you're coming from with the pretty much the same sound, the same tone and stuff like that. But
Yes.
I said everybody has their own lane. I feel like Future's
Absolutely.
perfected his lane, of course. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely. I think he's done that well, and that's why, like I said, it's just like a quick look into his path. It's kind of like, yo, Future, you're doing great, dude. Like you're killing it. I love everything you're doing. That energy, everything you're bringing. That's Future. So I can't really, like I said, it's not a criticism. Really, it's just something that I just kind of looked at, um,
right,
and was like, yeah, man, like album, it's just Future. There's nothing more to it. There's bangers though. Another record I like, first off, with Travis Scott. Oh, that collab, those two
definitely
together. Future is a master in his craft, and Travis Scott is just another god. Who stands next to him, shoulder to shoulder,
right.
and bringing these two guys, awesome record, love it. The
Definitely.
energy
It was
is
fire. I like that track a lot too. One of my favorite track, and I put this shit on repeat like multiple times, bro. Is
just.
that F and N
Oh
that
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
that's just fire.
it is.
Um, that beat drop, coming from a producer perspective, like that's just so much heat. Like that's the shit that gives like producers goosebumps and shit like that.
Right.
When you could make a drop like that, and
Yeah.
that F and N track definitely one of my favorite on
Yeah.
the actual project. So let me
Patron.
ask you this, bro.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about the number of tracks on there?
I felt like it had an okay number. You know, it is future, man. You're gonna get a lot of records regardless. Regardless of what you ask for.
Hmm.
Uh, I'm not mad at it. It's a number that I expect, and the way he drops records for me is you can always go back. You know, it's not how a lot of records or a lot of albums. I'm sorry, where like I feel like a lot of records just get thrown in there and it just doesn't. It starts to just not match up with the whole body of work. If that makes any sense.
Sure.
I feel like a lot of his records, because he's just a banger making guy.
Right.
You know, you could listen to a couple records, come back, you know, take a break, come back, and like, oh shit, I didn't even know this record was there. You know,
True.
so I'm okay with the number. It's fine. It's future. I don't expect anything less, anything more. It
Right. Right.
fits with who he is as a
Right.
guy.
Do you think that I think that the number of tracks definitely played into what you were saying earlier about it sounding the same because it kind of gets repetitive over like track.
Right,
You kind of hear the
right,
same vibe going, you're the same,
right,
So
right,
I could see that in what you were saying earlier. That definitely is a factor.
right,
But
right, right.
yeah,
And I think that's, again, that's why I said what I said, because it just does feel like it's just okay. You know, you get
right,
to record 10 and you're like, okay, well, where we're going.
right.
But you know what I was trying to say earlier, Patron. I know he was talking about FNN. He loved that record. Shout out to him.
Right,
Same
right.
thing for Mr.
Facts, yeah.
OliverWise. You
Shout,
guys
shout,
weren't
shout to the
able
other half,
to make it today, but
definitely.
much love to them. They're definitely gonna be tuning in there. You know, rooting for us to give you guys all this content. Uh, so big record that also came out, you know, a couple days ago, or maybe a week ago.
I
What's
think I know
that?
where you're going with
What's
this,
that?
man.
Go ahead,
That,
man. Just
hey,
run it.
bro, that middle child, that J. Cole,
Ooh.
that Dreamville kid, bro. It came. I mean, it was highly anticipated because it was
It
all over
was.
social media. T
Mm-hmm.
minus produced.
Teasing
Uh,
us.
yes, sir. He put it out there. When it was going to drop. We were waiting on it. And when it did, it was everything I expected. I can't speak for everything for everyone else, but
Man,
it
I'll tell you
definitely
what,
holds up to its name too. So
it does. Dude, the record came out and you know, I'm not gonna lie to you. You know how I feel about these records, this anticipation. I don't like to get too hyped. You know, I'm past that. You know, I'm
yeah,
26, man. The only thing that excites me is candy, pizza, and my wife. Sometimes, you know, that's it. You know, so
facts. Yeah.
with records, man, I just got to take a step back sometimes. And I will tell you, man, the beat for me, it took a little bit
Right,
to
right, right,
understand
right.
why it was chosen. And this is just my opinion. It was weird, the cadence as well. J.
Hmm.
Cole, very different. Again,
Right,
no criticism, just analyzing and seeing like, oh, this is different. I don't
right.
think we've ever heard J. Cole this way. You know, from the hook, very, something that we don't get much from J. Cole, but
Definitely.
I love what he talked about. I love how he talked his shit. I love how he shouted a couple people, gave some love to Drizzy.
Some light punches, but it was
Light
dope.
punches
It was
to,
dope.
the yay and the pushes, but it
Definitely.
was an awesome record,
It was
man.
a good record, man. I really liked it a lot too. And just listening to, like you were saying, the beat choice, the cadence, everything like that, it was different, but it also shows you his versatility as an
Hmm.
artist. Like
Yes.
he could step into that lane, and it's pretty much saying like, hey, like I'm here too. Like I'm doing what the young cats are doing, and I could still, punch with the vets too. And that track was fire. Like
It was, man. And like you said, dude, like just for him to step up to that and just take some rounds and just, you know, put himself out there. I will say this though, and I could be completely wrong, but that record dropped, and I'm sure a lot of people in the industry might have gotten a little swift before it even dropped. And homie Pusha T tweeted something, you know, and I don't know if he was referencing to J. Cole, but he sounded a little upset. You know, I'm sure he felt, you know, that line. But again, J. Cole, you know, I think he's just one of the greatest. And I'll say it again, you know, when it's all said and done, he's gonna be
going down in the Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, 100%.
He's in the Hall of Fame.
100%, man. Of course, absolutely.
I feel it, definitely.
So I can't wait to see what else comes out of this next year. Obviously, he's gonna be dropping an album. I know the whole Dreamville crew is working on an album. Obviously, number 3, The Revenge, right? That's what they call him.
Think so.
Yeah, I don't know. I could be wrong, but hey. And then next subject, man. Someone who got locked up a few months ago, and you know, I know a lot of people. A lot of you probably hate him. You know, he's big troll.
Exactly.
I will tell you, IG hasn't been the same.
You guys, I mean, it hasn't been the same. But you know who's holding it down though? Soldier.
Big Draco.
Big Draco's holding it down for the team though. But definitely, man. You know, it's you like hate him or love him. Like, it's unfortunate to see somebody, you know, going through situations like that. But hey, what can you do? I mean, we're not gonna talk about the charges and all he's facing.
Yeah, because we don't know about it.
Yeah, we don't know. I'm no lawyer or anything, but I can tell you it's not looking, you know, not looking promising. But
it's not,
it is what it is. Prayers out to him and, you know, his whole family or whatever that going through that. But
for real, dude.
Be like that.
I hope the best comes out of this. I don't know what that is. You know, I don't know what the situation. I don't know. We're not lawyers, so the things that he's getting hit for and the things he's not getting hit for and what people are saying and you know, just gonna let the
speculation.
Do its thing, man. God do his thing.
Yeah, that's all we can.
Yeah, brother. So, well, guys, I'm glad we were able to actually sit down finally, man. Because you know we got a little lull there, and I know a lot of people are reaching out, and we appreciate that, man. That's cool, dude. That's you keeping us accountable and in line. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like, hey, what's going on with the
keeping us honest?
The content?
It's good that our following's going up, you know, and stick with us. You know, consistency will come, and we'll be getting that fire content to you each and every week, of course.
Absolutely, guys. Please take a moment, add us on Twitter, on Instagram.
Sir.
We're posting videos everywhere on YouTube. Obviously, follow, like, and subscribe this video.
Definitely.
And it's been the homies, the cast and crew, Mr. Luck and TheSound. See you guys later. Peace.
We out.
Perfect.